Ladies and gentlemen, he's home.
Hello, everybody. I'm back.
Phil's back. Good to have you back.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Great to have you back. It was good to have Ryan here for two.
Yeah, Ryan's fantastic.
Ryan's fantastic. The last podcast that you did was one with the three of us.
Yes,
me, you, and Ryan.
The space episode, which was very, very interesting. Very surprising to find out that Ryan's such a fucking dictionary. What's the other one? You know, one with shitloads of facts in? Encyclopedia
of knowledge.
Encyclopedia of knowledge. Not dictionary.
No, it's good to have you. Sorry, I cut you off. I've been a complete
That's
asshole.
absolutely fine, dude. You do whatever you like.
I'll do it. No, it's good to have you back.
Well, thank you.
I feel like I've got to say it, but I've got coffee, Phil.
You've got coffee, I've got coffee.
You've got coffee, we've got strong coffee.
It's all good.
And remember, it's David.
It's Phil.
It's two guys, one garage.
The garage, yes. We in the garage?
Two guys, one garage. Really awkward before, and then you put the hashtag two gays, one garage. We're certainly not of the gay persuasion.
Aren't we?
Well, for the correct fee, I can be whatever you want me to be, baby.
Yeah, that would have been pretty weird. People would have been like, why are they taking the piss up themselves? Fucking idiots.
Now, to start this podcast, I kind of want to go into something kind of that we're going to discuss recent events here with, of course, the late great Robin Williams.
Yeah,
I'm
fantastic.
gutted.
Man. No, I'm absolutely
gutted that he's passed, and it's an apparent suicide. I'd heard that he'd suffered from depression for a long time, but I'd heard that before any of this happened. Heard this a while back. But
yeah, I get the impression that he's had depression for decades and decades. Yeah. Didn't he have like a massive coke problem?
I think he had a big addiction.
20s and 30s or something.
Yeah. He was a troubled man. I mean, I'm not one of these people that likes to jump on the bandwagon of a celebrity that dies. Generally, I'll steer the complete other way and I'll not put any attention into this. But I do feel like Robin Williams was a big part of my childhood, because when I was growing up, that's when Aladdin came out, that's when Jumanji came out.
Yeah.
And the few other films he did, Flubber. And it's just, I don't know, it's shocking. Peter Pan, I loved Peter Pan when I was a kid.
I always forget about that, actually.
With who? With Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
So I'm the more I think about it, the more gutted I am,
No, it's devastating news. For me, it's Mrs. Doubtfire.
Of course,
that was the one.
Mrs. Doubtfire?
That was like my favourite Robin Williams work. Like, it was just unreal. Like, so funny. It's one of those where, like, probably because I watched it over and over again when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I can still like do that now. It's like just imprinted in my brain and something that's
totally
definitely going to be fun.
God, I can't believe I forgot that film from the list. Because
But yeah, I think the reason why you probably feel like more strongly about commenting on someone like him is because if you think about it, like Robin Williams as an artist, like as a comedic artist, one of the best in the world. Like, like one of these guys who really does make you laugh your tits off.
Absolutely. It's just, he was nuts. He was insane. I don't mean personally. I mean in terms of his humour, he was just so wild and hilarious.
He like looked funny a bit, doesn't he? Or didn't he? Had like a funny, like one of those faces where you're laughing just from looking at him.
His face was like Play-Doh, wasn't it?
Like and just that, like, I don't know, that expression that he would have on his face. Just, he had a certain expression where you're just laughing already, and I think that's a great thing to have for like a comedian. So that would have helped him.
And yet, he was also an incredible serious actor, though. He did Insomnia. He did Good Will Hunting. He did
1 Hour Photo.
1 Hour Photo. Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's a brilliant film.
That's a really good film. I
love that film.
Such a dark film. Brilliant film, but so dark. You guys that are listening have got to check it out. 1 Hour Photo. I think it came out in about 2002, 2003.
Oh, it's kind of old, like, but it was a fantastic.
It
was a very good film.
It's called Psy in it, wasn't he?
I think so. Yeah,
Psy,
like blonde hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Brilliant. When he gets the knife and he forces them to reenact the sex. I'll not spoil it for people that haven't seen it. You've got to check it out.
Pretty big fucking spoiler there.
Fucking spoiling the end. It's not for you guys. Jeez.
Don't need to watch it now. Just forget it.
I seen an interesting meme today, right? And generally, I would agree with this. It was a picture that said, I had a picture of Robin, not Robbie, he's not dead. Robin Williams, and pictures of all the dead kids in the Middle East. And what it said was, and I've seen these things before, it said, why is everybody grieving over one person when there's hundreds of children dying in Gaza? It said something like that. And generally I'd agree and share with a picture like that, but I didn't this time. And you know why? I think it's because I really hate and despise what's going on in the Middle East, and I sympathise with them absolutely. But Robin Williams was part of my childhood growing up. So in a way, I feel like I had not a connection with him, but he probably connects with my past.
Yeah.
So with him dying, I probably feel like a part of my past is being wiped away.
Yeah.
Just a small part of it. And because I don't know these children, that's probably why that doesn't affect us as much as, say, this. Despite the fact that what is going on in the Middle East is barbaric and disgusting, and these pictures of kids that have been blown up is horrific. And I wouldn't want that to happen to anybody in the world because it's just vile. But because this guy kind of, I don't want to say influence, but he was.
No, I know what you're saying.
He became part of my upbringing, and because he's kind of gone now, it's got more resonance on me as a person.
Yeah.
Now that he's gone, these are just generic children in a way. He was kind of something that made me who I am today. I mean, not so much a massive influence like a family member or a friend would be, but he provided something from the past.
Provided laughter to you, which is like an amazing thing, isn't it? Like to experience.
I've got that sort of connection whereby I can think back and think. I remember the first time I seen Hook. Was it Hook or was it called Pan? I can't remember. It was Hook, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember the first time I seen Hook, and I can think back to having the VHS of Aladdin.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Flubber for the first time, and Jumanji, Mrs. Doubtfire. I used to do impressions of him from Mrs. Doubtfire and things. So I've got quite a big backstory and connection in terms of that, but
well, that's the thing.
With the children, not so much.
Well, exactly. It's basically
not condoning it at all, though.
No, but because of like having seen all these films and stuff, you like even though he's just acting, you get the sense that you're like sort of know him, like actors that you've seen seen them in like loads of different films and stuff. You sort of like think of them in terms of like the roles that they've played in that, and obviously you think of Robin Williams as this absolute hilarious guy because of and just a nice guy from Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
Forget 1 Hour Photo where really fucking creepy guy. But like, so you get this impression of him just being like a great man. Really, you don't really know. You don't fucking live with the guy or nothing like that. But just from like what you've seen, as you're saying, you get these like, you build up this like impression of people, and that's why people are feeling to an extent probably like a genuine kind of like grief.
Yeah, I think so.
Whereas, as you're pointing out, the kids in Gaza and fuck knows, Iraq, everywhere, fucking everywhere.
Awful.
Like you don't know these people. They are just numbers, and it's horrible. Because imagine if that was happening where you live. Like,
it'd be horrendous, wouldn't it?
It's disgraceful, isn't it? It's crazy.
It's sick.
Like,
it's sick.
I don't understand how that still happens. Like,
no.
Like, kids are definitely gonna die if you fucking fire rockets into cities.
It's disgusting, man.
So they're just like absolutely fine with that. Like, you must be fine with that. If you know that that's going to happen, you'd have to be an idiot not to realise that kids are going to die if you fire fucking rockets into cities.
It's just it's because of arguments that people are having about religions and politics and stuff, and it's a fucking disgrace. The Middle East is a fucking mess.
Totally,
it's a total, complete and utter mess. It's disgusting.
But then that makes and I like, I'm one of these twats where I look at our culture as being so fucked up as well. Just not as obviously, but like under the surface, it's fucked. Just the same, not just the same, in a completely different way. But that makes us wonder and question: where in the world is like all right?
Yeah,
like kind of across the globe. Like China doesn't seem that desirable a place.
No.
Russia,
not so much.
Bit weird. Going across, like obviously their fucking neighbours and all that, Ukraine and all that. No thanks. As I mentioned, Britain, pretty strange fucking place where people are like, it's the norm to like repress your emotions and stuff like that, which is bad for your immune system.
Yeah. Which
we'll go into one day on another podcast. But then then go down Africa. Africa is fucking crazy. South America, you seen videos from freaking Brazil and shit like that.
No.
Like, they're just going fucking crackers at each other over there, man. Like, attacking each other with like machetes and stuff. It's not like happening all the time or anything, but like it's not like every single person's wielding a machete on it. But like it makes us think, where is alright? Like,
where's your right to impose your will upon someone else? That's the thing. If you don't impose your will on somebody, that includes killing someone or forcing somebody to do something.
Then, that's like a basic thing that like everybody feels instinctively. That like what you're saying there, like as long as you like do whatever you want, as long as it doesn't like negatively impact, excuse me, on anybody else. Hold on,
he's coughing.
Smoker's cough kicking in again. Phil's back. Where the fuck was I? Oh yeah, so everybody feels that instinctively. Like, right, everyone should be free to do whatever they want, so long as they don't fuck over anybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yet, that isn't, like, we actually allow society to be structured slightly differently. Like, we actually allow people to fuck each other over. You know? To an extent.
Really, really. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be a point where everybody can think on the same sort of playing field and think about this with the same ideology, and for this will to just kind of just unite and become something substantial and worthwhile and be a nice place to actually live, where people aren't murdering people, they're not raping people for sure, they're not stealing from others. Everybody just sort of like a big worldwide planet community. Why can't people just, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours? Why can't people just help each other out like a giant tribe?
Yeah.
It's all about gain from different fractions.
See, but I think that's what the what the problem actually is because that idea, that setup is a tribal setup, but that tribal setup applies only to small groups, groups 100 to 150. Once it gets larger than that, even though there's like an abundance, like production of food and everything, there's this abundance of like wealth and materials and stuff. Yet, because of the size of like the populations and stuff, it seems to like trigger something in our brains where it's like, oh shit, the scarcity. You know, like I live in Britain and I feel like that. Like fuck, I need to start being a bit more of a fucking capitalist. Yeah, a bit more greedy.
You know what it is, don't you? If we're going back to like podcast number 5 or something, it's the R complex.
Ah, yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it is. It's
just
coming back,
itself.
and it's just
Yeah, just going. Yeah, mate, you better fucking start getting a bit, getting a bit more twatful here. Take what's yours, motherfucker.
Will there ever be a time where we can just open our minds and just be nice to each other?
Yeah,
to simplify it.
I'll always get back to this, but do you know what the best tool for opening up people's minds is?
It's drugs.
Psychedelics.
Drugs. Just let people see what's beyond the senses and just...
Yeah. That's what they always promote within your mind, like during the experience, is this idea of let's fucking share, let's be nice, let's search, explore, and have like new experiences. Let's advance together. Most people aren't ever gonna have that experience.
No, I mean, look at somebody, for example, who's working in a factory. He's doing 6 12-hour shifts a week. He's doing night shift. He's coming home to his girlfriend who she's fucking the neighbour. He's got a couple of kids. They're not his. Is he going to be in the right frame of mind to open his mind and want to live in a better world, or is he going to be stuck in this rut and just wants to do what he wants to do? Is he aware of what's going on around him?
Yeah, it's sort of like you get stuck in this like immediate survival mode. It's like shit, I've just got to survive today. And how do I do that? Fuck, I've got to get at work.
Yeah,
I've got to like sort my shit out like at the first level, and you get stuck in that, and then that seems to like last for years, a lifetime, and then by the end of it, it's just like you must like. Do these people look back and go, "Fucking hell, that's probably
that's
not
my
what,
life."
Yeah, that's what life was to me.
What a pile of shit, yeah.
Yeah, fuck. I'm terrified of like reaching death and looking back and going, God, you fucking wasteful idiot. You've totally even me. I'm scared of like looking back and going, oh, you had all these nice ideas. You fucking didn't even do anything about you to that. So that was an equally shit life.
Do you know what I hate? I fucking hate routine.
Yeah.
I love adventure.
Yeah.
I can't just do the same thing day after day after day. I've done it before. I need variety. I can't drive the same way home from work every day.
I like to mix it up the driving.
Can't do it. I've just got to. It's good for you as well. Apparently, it's good for your brain. You need that diversity. You just need to have your brain constantly thinking about different things, and it's just. I don't know how people can live in a rut. Like, I don't like being indoors now, with doing a lot of work outside and spending time outside. If I've got a weekend off, yeah, fair enough. I will be in the house, if I'm playing guitar or something like that. But I don't like being stuck inside for too long.
Yeah.
If it's a nice night, I don't like sitting and watching the telly. I'd rather go out.
I bet you'd be much happier. Like, is this something where like over a period of time you've started going out more?
Yes, it's something I'll be honest. I think I've rediscovered this this part of myself within the last. Might just be
like a year.
Not even that. I'd say half a year.
And I would presume here that you feel much better for it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think that's something
fucking amazing.
That's something that's totally lacking in our lives. Yeah. Is actually just going outside.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at the
children.
children.
Disconnected from
look at the children these days. I'll take my brothers for example. I'm not picking on them. My childhood, I played computer games every now and again. Fair enough. Rayman, Crash Bandicoot, fucking loved it. But at the same time, I spent loads of fucking time outside on my bike, in ponds, catching newts, catching frogs.
Just having your little adventures.
Having an adventure, building tree houses, going on adventures through woods and things, and making dens with my mates and just having a good time, being out till as late as I could be. And as I got slightly older, mid-teens, early teens, that was until virtually when it got dark. Having the time of my life, and I used to hate coming in on the night time to go in the bath because I wanted to stay out and play.
Yeah.
And I fucking loved it. And my brothers now, for example, they spend all the time playing computer games, staring at the screen, staring at the pixels, and I try and tell them, get outside. There's a world out there to fucking see, and people just aren't aware of it, man.
Do you know what's like sort of like scary and impressive about, well, not impressive, but like what's interesting about it is how they're all still communicating with each other. They've all got the headsets on.
Oh yeah.
And so they're all like together in this like cyberspace, for want of a better word, like, and that's the new environment. This new environment is in a fucking computer, like, and it just makes you wonder: is that the ultimate fate of humanity, to just download itself into computers and to just like effectively transcend or descend the human physical form?
It's a very, very scary thought, and it's something that's really taken effect over the past decade or so, when it's just sort of it's grabbed hold of humanity, and it's just sort of everything's computers now, social networking, everything's linked.
It freaks me out, and this is like so like cliche to talk about, but it does freak me out when you're out in public, like, say if you're on public transport or just like a bus stop or wherever. Same thing, public transport. But people are like, every single person you look at is standing there looking on the phone.
Like, I've thought about when I'm on my phone, and I go on my phone a lot, and my girlfriend really hates it because I'll be on my phone a lot, going on Facebook or YouTube. I generally, I tell you what I do, I Google things I want to know.
Google the fuck out of stuff.
So if there's something I think about in my head, or I see something on telly, I'll just instantly Google it and get the answer. If it's a question, I find out about something. And I'm aware that I'm on my phone all the time. I'm aware how much it's in my hand. I'm staring at the screen.
But like sucked into it.
Sucked into it. It's terrifying, really.
No, it's weird. It's just strange to see it like with your eyes as well. Like, fucking hell, these animals are totally oblivious to each other. They're just looking at like a few centimeters of screen, and getting all the fucking input from that, and not each other.
I mean, fair enough. We'll probably speak to a lot more people these days than we would have done. That people would have done like when we were kids. Like my brothers are late teens. I mean, I'm 26 now, but through these social networking sites, they'll talk to a lot more people than, for example, we would have done as kids. But we would have had more face-to-face contact with these people than they probably do.
That's a huge thing, by the way, when it comes to
for example, my
childhood
Facebook
development.
My Facebook, right? So there's some people on there I've never spoken to before.
Yeah.
Or I virtually never speak to. But it's like Pokemon, gotta catch them all.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
Add me, motherfucker.
How it is though. But it is like nice getting a friend's request, isn't it? It's like,
I never get them now.
no, neither do I. But it's like
Such a lonely man.
It's like, cool. Oh, sweet. Oh, it's a dude. Fuck.
Oh god, that guy's gay, man. He wants a piece of this asshole.
Yeah, it's good when it's a dude. You're like,
Like it for a price.
like fucking hell, mate. Different. Just, you know what? If there's any lads out there, different at us, right? Or if you're gonna at us, fucking wear a wig in your fucking profile pic. Just give us some excitement.
If there's any
Make me
girls
feel
out there,
desired.
if there's any girls out there, don't add us because I think my girlfriend will probably cut your cunt out.
Fuck, brutal.
Which are much as vicious, I'm telling you.
Fuck.
Anyway, I cut you off before because you were talking about the idea of
the
face-to-face contact and childhood development.
Yeah, that like that's something. Another thing I want to say for like a big podcast one day. But
It's never ending, this, man.
Yeah, but that's that's really important. As I say, for your like development, like during your childhood and like teens and stuff, like literally in terms of the way your brain like wires together is the contact that you have specifically with like adults, with them actually being there, like physically there, as opposed to just there like financially, or another like non-tangible ways. Well, you could argue that is tangible. You know what I'm saying? Like you actually need the presence, the physical presence of people. Like in schools, it's supposedly, even though it's so prevalent, it's not that good at all for them to like be sitting on iPads and stuff like that and like learning through iPads and not communicating with each other. Yeah. The best thing, like the way we've like evolved over the years, over the fucking hundreds of thousands of years, is to develop by having this face-to-face interaction, like actually interacting with humans. That's how you learn your social skills, by having the contact with people.
That's one of the great things about this podcast, where you can just discuss and talk and.
Yeah, isn't this funny how this is actually quite ironic how we're like whinging about like reaching people through the computer. Yet that's exactly what we're trying to do here.
If you're listening to this, pause it and go talk to some fucker.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Go live your life.
But no, I mean, going back to what I was saying, it's so much more rewarding at the end of the day, I think, or in my opinion, from my past, to come in from getting covered in shit and mud and being tired from playing out, instead of putting the computer down and just going to sleep.
Yeah.
It's totally different sort of stimulation. It's more natural to be outside. I'm not saying you've got to go outside all the time.
Oh, totally.
But embrace it.
Totally. You know what it's for me? I can't, if I've got one of those days where I've got nothing to do, being like a depressive type, I'll usually just like stay in the house and like, even though I want to go out and do something, I'll just stay in the house and think, fuck, how am I going to make myself feel better? So it'll usually be like whatever, dope, allegedly, or alcohol. But I find that I cannot actually relax. Like, I always have this idea of like, oh, I'll play on the PlayStation like a fucking big kid and I'll have a bloody good time. But I cannot actually bring myself to sit down and relax. I'm always just like, oh, it's like a fucking, like those animals in zoos, you know, where they're just walking around in circles. I do that in the house.
I'm exactly the same at times.
It's horrible. It's like, God, this looks like I'm like
pacing.
It's like, this is not fun at all. Have a day off and just be like literally just circling, like in the kitchen, because the kitchen's my zone. And but like if I do go out, say like, you know, Plessy Woods, somewhere amazing like that, come back in and if you've had like a nice big long walk or you've done some kind of like physical activity outside, like you can come back, you can relax because you're like, I have actually like earned the right to relax.
Yeah, you can pretty much reward yourself with that relaxation.
Yeah,
because you've done something.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, it's sort of like your brain and your body doesn't let you actually get in that relaxation mode without having put some fucking effort in.
Yeah, I mean, you can't, for example, say you're off on a Saturday, right? You have a chill night on the Friday, you wake up on the Saturday, you have a bit of a lie-in, right? This isn't you, this could be anybody. So you wake up on the Saturday morning, you get up, you have some breakfast, pace about, you stew, you don't leave the house, you just kind of do stuff, and then it comes to Saturday night, you've done fuck all.
Yeah. That's most days for me.
What the fuck just happened? Because how can you relax when you've just spent the entire day just existing?
Yeah. Yeah, just literally, yeah, exactly, just breathing and shitting and farting.
You're like a fish in a fish tank.
Yeah, totally.
You just, or like you said, an animal in the zoo.
Yeah.
You need to stimulate yourself in different ways.
Like challenge yourself.
Challenge yourself, force yourself to do things. I'm being a hypocrite here because I do have them days where I stew. But I do try and force myself to get out and about and, you know, go up the coast or go inland. Go to a forest, you know, just go to a fucking forest or a fucking nearby woods.
Go to a fucking...
sights and smells of it and that.
Going to the woods is one of the, like, my favourite things to do. Hardly ever do it. Absolutely love it. And every time, like, you go there, it's like, you're like a kid because you're like...
It's wonder.
Aye, exactly. You're looking at things like, you're just looking at a fucking tree and you're just in awe of the size and magnitude of a tree. You're like... Fucking hell, for a living organism, that's huge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's amazing.
Look at the colours. Wow. You know, this is without drugs. You know what I mean? You don't even need drugs to go in the forest.
I was once, right, because obviously, you know, I'm an animal lover and bird watcher, blah, 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 right? I was down, Beacon Lane goes down towards Orchard Pond in Cramlington. I just stopped, I was with one of my mates. And we're looking in, like, the side of this lane, which cars don't use, but, you know, farmers do, or the farmer does. The amount of life that's actually in the undergrowth that you can see that's just going about its business is unreal.
Yeah.
And it's stuff you would just walk past.
Yeah.
The amount of life that's around you, it's just... I mean, this planet's fucking amazing, and I think a lot of people don't appreciate it. Obviously, a lot of people do. But a lot of people don't, because if you spend your time... I don't want to sound like a green warrior and, you know, slag off technology, but... Again, this pisses me off about my younger brothers, but if you spend your days just playing COD... or playing Grand Theft Auto, or just going on Facebook, or... What's your fucking life? I mean, you've got to get out and you've got to see things. What are you going to tell your kids, your grandkids in the future?
Our prestige on COD 5 times back in 2012.
YouTube was never that good when I was a kid. You know what I mean? It's just,
what are you
going to tell them? What are you going to teach your kids? How are you going to teach your kids how to, you know, go pond dipping or something? How can you say, oh, I used to do this when I was a kid. I want to take the kids down to the pond, catch some frogs. Or something like that. Share your experiences. Yeah. What are you going to do? Pull up a computer with them and just... I mean, it's not the same, is it?
Yeah, this generation... Like, our generation is going to...
Like
it's going to be proven... Yeah, it's going to be proven to be a generation of really shit fathers. Yeah. Isn't it? You know, like, really shit... Really shit Carl? Yeah. Oh, yes. I cannot watch that because it's him that does me fucking head in more than anybody. Condescending prick.
It's like Two-Face.
It's like he thinks he knows... everything. It's like, wait a minute, you're not fucking expert on human behaviour, you prick. You don't understand development.
You certainly know Jerry Springer.
Oh, he's no Springer. Maybe one fucking compares to what Jez Spring like. Jezzy Springs.
Does it not scare you though? The idea of what the future has in store, and like, if we both make it to a ripe old age, what we're going to look back on as like this time in our lives and previous, and in the future, what's it going to be like then? And we'll compare then with say now or when we were kids, and then think, how much of a change are we going to see? Because I've seen so much of a fucking change since what we're on 2014 now. I've seen so much of a fucking change since 2000.
Yeah.
14 years and things have just... You look back at old pictures and that from 2000. You look back at, things you might have done back then or what was available to us back then in terms of technology and things. So much stuff has fucking changed.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And imagine what it's going to be like in, say, I don't know, 45, 50, 60, 70 years in the future. How mad is it going to be?
I know, like, that's actually something that pisses me off about being alive now, is that I'm not, I would imagine not, unless reincarnation turns out to be real, like, I'm not going to know what, like, the pinnacle of, like, human development is going to be. Like, I would love to know what planet Earth looks like an urban area on planet Earth in the year 3000. I would love to know.
I don't want to fucking say, because I think, we're morphing into a time where it's like a zombie era where people are too reliant on technology.
So you're expecting like a dystopian kind of...
Yeah, we're destroying the fucking planet, we're fracking it, we're killing off... I think it's something like we're killing off... In the rainforest, there's hundreds of species dying a day or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to live in it because I haven't got that much of a positive outlook either, but I just love to see what it looks like. That's why I love these... I don't like playing on the computer all the time, but when I do, I like to get games that are set like a few hundred years in the future, and just to see what it might be like.
Yeah.
Actually, what I really like to do is I fucking spend my time on those games literally just looking at the scenery. Like, I'm not even asked about the shooting and the killing and all that. I just like to look at the buildings and be like, oh yeah, that'd be amazing if that like 10,000 foot building existed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just like to see what the scenery would look like fucking thousands of years in the future.
I think we're living in one of the best times that we can, and I know it's shit, and there's so much conspiracy and darkness that seems to be going on in the world these days. So these wars and these conflicts and these paedophiles. But
chucking a random one in there. Wars,
there.
conflicts, and paedophiles. Paedophiles waging war.
But it's just
the paedophile warriors of the Northwest.
We live in a time that we can look back and think and you see what it was like. But I feel like we're morphing into a different sort of age now, where we're going to be ruled by technology, and our generation is kind of on the crossover. We've experienced sort of the more, I don't want to say old-fashioned because it's not, but we experienced life before everybody cared about the fucking mobile phones.
Yeah.
And we're still alive and we're merging into a time when everybody fucking cares about the mobile phones. It's good to see that transition.
That's a good point, that actually, because that is a massive point in history, isn't it? The past 20 years.
What are people going to look back on these 20 years and think? What they're going to see? I mean, in history books.
I suppose it depends what it leads to.
What do you think it's going to lead to? I mean, how much better can technology be?
Personally, what do I think it's going to lead to?
Yeah.
Fuck.
You
can't see it. I would expect. Well, it's a horrible. You just sort of expect it to just collapse on itself, don't you? And people to just revolt, and everyone just end up killing each other because this version of society doesn't actually resonate with the way we're genetically programmed to develop in the world. So there's going to be a big conflict somewhere down the line. There's got to be, or the Illuminati.
Illuminati, my God.
Those guys.
Those guys
are going to figure out maybe they're doing that on purpose. Actually, I doubt it. But maybe somewhere down the line, somebody or a group of people behind the scenes are going to realize, yeah, see how easy these fucking idiots are to manipulate.
Sheep.
Yeah, let's just get them all plugged into the fucking matrix, and let's just fucking get what we want out of them.
Just guys and girls that are listening to this, just listen to David Icke.
Yeah, please listen.
Even if you don't believe in his reptilian theory, just listen to what he's got to say about humanity and control, because that stuff resonates big time.
Oh, 100%.
The idea of people in dark suits controlling things, it just makes perfect sense.
Quick shout out to Gareth Icke.
Yeah, Gareth Icke's following the Instagram page. Oh, wait, Gareth.
Yo, Gareth.
Subscribe, motherfucker. I just want this to reach more people. I want to see I'd like people to get in touch with us and tell us what they think about the state of the world and what they think's going on. And
yeah, we need some input. Like,
it's just nice to see what other people think.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I know quite a few like-minded people, like me, like you, who think in the same sort of.
Do you?
Yeah. I know a few people who think like that. I mean, Ryan's one of them, and
yeah.
I know a few other lads, girlfriend. But it's just nice to see what other people from different parts of the world might think about things.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes for like people like us, you can fall into the trap of thinking, I'm the only fucking one that thinks like this. Like everyone else is dumb fucking idiot, and no one gets it. But as it turns out, loads of people are interested in trying to figure shit out and understanding the world and the bullshit and why it's fucked.
Yeah.
But so if you're one of those guys, please get in touch.
Get in touch with us, guys. You motherfuckers. You're not motherfuckers. I'm just doing that whole spiel.
Yeah, don't take offense to this. Don't take offense. We call motherfuckers term of endearment to you. We like.
On, man. I am quite scared about the future though. But I mean, I'll not be here to see it. So. Not that I want to die, tomorrow. Like, but I like to see a bit of it. I like some fucking kids, for example. I mean, eventually. That's
what I wonder about, like death though. Like, I wonder if you're floating about in like these, say if you do survive in some form or another.
Yeah.
Can you actually like take a look in, like, can you glimpse into planet Earth and see what it's like, see what's going on? Be like, right, I'm just gonna have a little fucking galactic nap here and wake up in the year 3000. Then I'm just gonna have a little look at planet Earth, see what it looks like. Fuck. Totally sorted out. You know what I mean? Wow, didn't see that at all.
It's amazing.
Looking back at your notes that you've written, like, that my predictions were nuclear holocaust.
What if this is just like? What if this is just like? And this is totally mad. But what if this is just like deja vu, and you're born over and over again
into the same life.
Into the same life, over and over again.
I kind of don't like. I always used to think, I would always want to be Philip Brooks.
You wouldn't know though. You wouldn't know anything different. What if you lived your life the same way every single time?
And that's why deja vu happens.
Yeah.
Because
that's
horrible to me.
It's
an
outlandish theory with zero proof, but
and I've contemplated that many a time, but
it's like we mentioned.
It's horrible idea.
It's horrible to think you go through the same pain and turmoil.
Yeah, especially
then again, the same happiness.
But what about those? Like, probably most of the people on the planet that have really, really shit lives and experience a load of shit.
Yeah, I suppose.
Imagine being one of those. Like, I got stuck in the fucking Groundhog Day of a fucking bloody someone in Gaza.
Yeah.
Getting their feet blown off. Like, that was class. Living that for fucking eternity.
It's strange, isn't it? Because like we were saying on the cosmology podcast with Ryan, it's so hard for me to comprehend what's beyond the universe, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Because what's out there?
Because the question, it's a fucking. It all boils down to the same question. Is there a God? Is there a meaning to life? Same fucking question. You know what I mean? Is there a fucking meaning to this bullshit? Why is it here? Why?
Yeah.
Why are we here?
Why is Scarlett Johansson's bum so fucking peachy?
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Why?
Why? Yeah. Why, Phil?
Why haven't you seen it?
And that gets back to the question of the meaning of life. Why have you not seen Scarlett Johansson's fucking anus? Literally the anus, not even just the ostrich.
It's a peachy fucking ass, man.
Yeah, I can well
imagine. God damn, man. Tell you what looks good. New Sin City looks good. See the trailer?
No. I have seen the original film, and I thought the
original's great. It's a brilliant film.
Jinx Touchwood.
Jinx Touchwood, motherfucker. No, the new looks really good. I'm looking forward to that. I was off on a bit of a tangent there, but talking about Scarlett Johansson, I thought of Jessica Alba dancing. There you go. That's why.
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
That makes perfect sense, man.
Yeah. I think that made me think. Oh yeah, he's went to Sin City because of that girl, and then now that you point out, it wasn't even fucking it. It's a different actress. Right, I'm gonna have to cough now, people.
Phil is a smoker. If anybody's got any smoking advice,
if anybody would like to donate some nicotine patches,
Phil, you just got to stop smoking, man. It's no good for you, I'm telling you.
If only it were that easy.
Phil, you fucking asshole, you better give up now or I'll fucking kill your ass.
If you don't fucking stop yourself from dying, I'm gonna kill you.
So, just talking about the darkness in the world's got us depressed, which is what we started the podcast with, talking about depression.
Yeah.
What do you think of depression?
It's fucking horrible.
It is awful.
I'll tell you right now, I've experienced it.
I've experienced it
quite
as well.
Frequently throughout my life.
Yeah, same here. I mean, not so much in the past few years, but I've definitely experienced it.
I would say a lot in the past few years for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's why I'm addicted to stuff.
You know, I've heard one of the best, probably the same for me, I know you've got a bigger addiction sort of
issue.
than me. But I am the same. I'm quite OCD about things. I can get addicted to things because it kind of takes us away from a different train of thought. Yada yada yada. But no, I've heard one of the best things I've heard about depression. The best pieces of advice. If you're feeling low and depressed, become like a father figure or a mentor for somebody else.
Yeah.
Because you picking them up makes you feel better about yourself subconsciously.
Yeah, I would suggest that's probably to do with like power, like because depression, a lot of it is this feeling of powerlessness, hopelessness.
Yeah.
Whereas if you are helping somebody, then you have an element of power, not in an arsehole way, but you have the power to help. So that is a form of power.
Yeah.
So that's probably why I would agree that that's probably really good advice. If you can motivate yourself to actually get out and fucking do it, which is so hard when you're depressed.
Yeah, totally. But if you feel down in the dumps and you feel low, pick up somebody else that's lower than you. And just make them feel better.
Pick them up, throw them down the fucking toilet, and laugh at their fucking
That'll
ass.
make you feel fucking fantastic. Have you seen the videos of a guy on YouTube called Elliot Hulse?
The weightlifting guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's class, yeah.
He's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I like him a
because he's
lot.
not just weightlifting. He talks about motivation and
Yeah,
depression and exercises for depression. He's brilliant.
A lot of these like weightlifting dudes, bodybuilders, powerlifters, they are class for giving you like motivational fucking speeches.
They're committed.
Yeah, I watch shit like that all the time. I listen to a powerlifting podcast. I think I've told you before.
Yeah,
it's fucking fantastic because they're all just fucking men.
Do you know what it is though as well? When Elliot Hulse talks about the ideas of like depression and things, it stems from your muscles and things. Like there's certain triggers in your body, like what is it? You've got two brains. You've got like the heart brain and the head brain.
Yeah, because your heart literally has like neurons or something like that, doesn't it? Like it has some kind of like thinking aspect to it.
Yeah,
like on one level.
Yeah,
Wikipedia could do a better job of explaining.
I think
that.
It certainly could. Like, what is it? Your body is your mind, or your mind is your body, or something. Anyway, you all work together. And like when you're depressed, when you are physically depressed, and I feel shitty. If you're depressed, muscles kind of reflect that. You'll kind of hunch into yourself, and your posture kind of reflects the way you feel. I mean, I know it sounds like stupid because if you feel depressed and you're walking around looking all sad, then you generally will, but it's certain muscles will control that, and it's like energy. And I'm totally waffling on about kind of shit here, but if you if you look it up,
that's an interesting point. That because people say that about like say if you're one of these people that doesn't feel particularly confident, and a bit weak, and shy, timid, they say beforehand, like say if you're about to like go into like a meeting, it's always like a business meeting or a social situation, going to meet your friends, whatever, and you want to feel a little bit more confident, a little bit more in control of yourself and all this kind of shit. Say to do like enact body language, like what they call power poses. Yeah. Like just do that for a few minutes, like start, like stand up fucking straight, for example, like with your hands on your hips, like that is like a powerful like an alpha male type of like pose, like a dominating kind of effect. But that'll actually have a chemical like effect in your brain.
Releases certain energies. Yeah.
So that's what I think the whole fake it till you make it thing comes into play there as well. Like if you just like act a certain way, physically just like pose a certain way. For the audience here, I'm just making a power pose. I got my hands on my hips. And
he looks like a fucking trophy.
Actually, look like a fucking weirdo here. Look like a chicken. Doing a chicken impression. But yeah, if you just do that for a couple of minutes, it can totally just boost your fucking self-esteem. Yeah. Like, which I find pretty cool. That ties in what you were just saying.
Goddamn right, man. But like, I think the mention, like he mentions, Elliot also mentions like talking to yourself in the mirror and doing like stretches to release certain energies, and I do stretching. Yeah. He recommends yoga, and it does make you feel better because muscles that kind of switch off will kind of activate again. That affects your posture and the energy you give off. I fucking love shit like that.
I love the idea of talking to yourself in the mirror. I do that, but like for laughs. Like I do comedy things. Like I'll take the piss at myself. Like, I'll just stand there and do like American accents. Like, look at you, you stupid fuck. And then I'll start like laughing. I'll like watch myself laughing, and then that'll make us laugh again. Like, so I'm like, look at him laughing. It sets up this tune, and I'm like, fuck, am I insane? Like, and then it makes us question that. And I'm like, fuck.
Everybody is insane to a degree.
Yes.
There's nobody who's a perfect template of being sane.
No, it's impossible to be
Not at all.
100%
No way. There's
on
no
the bottom.
sane
Like,
people. Come on.
nah.
Come on.
It'd be fucking shit if you were, wouldn't it? That's
Boring
probably what
as
makes
well.
people a bit interesting, isn't it? By being
Yeah.
a bit fucking loopy. Robin Williams, perfect example.
Robin Williams, yeah.
Bit fucking loopy, but hell of a
Fucking-
guy.
What a guy. Fantastic. He was funny as fuck. He was
Hairy as fuck.
hairy as fuck. God, them forearms he had. Jesus.
Beautiful forearms.
Beautiful. I was envious of those big
I know.
style forearms.
I fucking loved them, mate.
Oh, he was so funny, man.
Yeah.
That's why it crushes us when you find out what's happening, and it gets worse as time goes on. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like a family member's died, but it's just like, shit, Robin Williams is dead.
Yeah.
You know, it's like gutting.
It is horrible.
It's really it's awful. That poor fucker. He must have had some serious issues to kill himself at that age, 63.
It stem from childhood, these problems.
His drama.
It all fucking comes from your childhood, seriously.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Poor guy.
I found that like really strange the idea. I've actually been 63. I was like, fuck.
I know.
To kill yourself at that age.
Yeah.
Like, you sort of just expect, like, people approaching, like, pension age to have, like, to be
Happy,
chilled and
to
happy.
live life to the full.
Yeah,
and,
but what a mistake that is to make, to assume that.
yeah, never assume, never make assumptions. You never know what's going on behind closed doors with people.
No.
You can never tell.
Gary Speed,
Yeah.
remember him?
Hung himself again, didn't he?
Yeah. See, and these are people where it's like everyone's like, what? They seem fucking perfectly happy and fine.
And it's just not to hide this trauma in.
Yeah, because people are really good fucking actors.
But what I mean, it's bad that people feel that they can't express how they really feel. Like clearly, Robin. I mean, people knew he had depression and stuff. Gary Speed. I don't know if people knew he was feeling depressed or anything. But instead of seeking help, they locked it up and they kind of went introvert and into themselves.
Yeah.
And they had that inner turmoil, and it just builds up over time. And
So there's
it's-
that question: how much can people even fucking help you? You know what I mean? Like, ultimately, if there is a fucking solution to depression, it probably is contact with people. But how do you get the right people to be surrounded by?
Well, look, listen. I think in terms of depression, and it's easier said than done because if you're depressed, you're not going to do this. I don't think. But if you're depressed, you've got to tell people that you trust and you love or you look up to that you're depressed, and you need to tell them why you're depressed.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. Like if I was suffering from depression, I wouldn't tell people why, because I feel like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But if you tell people why you're depressed, people can help you, and if they, if they love you enough or they appreciate you enough as a person, they will help you
Yeah.
in the way you need to be helped.
One of the worst things has got to be though when you don't know, when you yourself can't really access that deep into your like psyche to know, and one of those things that just resonates, reverberates from like early childhood,
Yeah.
like your upbringing, like stuff that you can't really put your finger on. It's like, oh yeah, that was the trauma that induced this depression, or this situation led me to feel like this, but you just have this general sense of like not being satisfied with the world and not being able to actually isolate an incident.
Yeah.
It's probably easier if you can just isolate a specific time or instance where, right, that's what has led me to have these problems. But for people like me who I kind of pick like a certain thing up, I've just always been left with this like sense of everything's fucked. I don't know why.
You just kind of feel dead inside.
Yeah,
I've had that before.
Like a lot
It's
of
fucking
times,
disgusting.
it's just fucking horrible. And a lot of time that's gonna lead you to wanting to make yourself feel a little bit better and a bit more normal, and that leads you down the fucking drink and drugs and behavioural addiction path, whatever.
But suicide, man, choosing to hang yourself.
Yeah, that's that. Suicide's a
that
fascinating.
conscious thought of, right, okay, I'm putting this noose around my neck. I'm gonna kill myself now.
Yeah, isn't it amazing?
Do you regret it as soon as once you've taken a step off? Is that instant regret? You think, shit, I shouldn't have done this.
For some people, yeah. I watched. Have you ever seen that documentary about the Golden Gate Bridge?
Oh, fantastic! The bridge, it's called.
Yeah, where the
fucking
guy
fantastic.
says he jumped off and then he was like,
realised.
"What the fucking hell have I just done?"
He said, or he thought, and he said, every problem I've got, I can sort out myself.
Yeah.
He was thinking this as he was falling towards the deep blue.
Then he fucking like
He survived
he survived.
because of sea lions or something.
Yeah, he like broke every bone in his body, but like wasn't it sea lions or dolphins or something?
Something like that.
Some crazy shit.
Maybe that guy was tripping, man.
Yeah. Yeah, like none of the story was true at all. It was just like, mate, he was just sitting there smoking doors. Like, yeah, and I jumped at the bridge, man, and I fucking I survived. It's just fucking
Can you
awesome.
imagine that though? So you jump off the time bridge, or you jump off something, or you go to kill yourself in a way that you know it's going to happen in terms of like,
yeah, like,
it's a matter of seconds, but it's unstoppable kind of thing.
Yeah.
90% of the time, and then you realise, fuck,
I actually
I'm an
didn't
asshole.
want to do this.
What am I doing? I've made a big mistake. I mean, popping pills, it could be something that can kind of you can come back from.
Yeah.
Shooting yourself, you haven't really got time to think about it once you fired the gun. But if you're jumping off a bridge or you're hanging yourself, you've got time in your head to think, shit.
Yeah,
I
and
made the biggest
I
mistake
bet it's a
of my
fucking
life.
lot of time as well, because
yeah.
it's going to slow right. Time's going to slow right fucking down for you.
Yeah.
When you're fucking falling, you know, because that's the experience you get when you're in like danger, isn't it? Like a second is a fucking minute. When all the like the when all the fight or flight shit's like blasting through your body.
But then again, maybe some people just feel totally chilled and totally euphoric, and maybe they just 100% feel
Just
like
happy, like yes,
happy
I
with
am
this,
getting away from.
ready for it.
But that's what's interesting about suicide, the idea that death can be a preferable alternative, like to this painful existence. Like that can be a pain in your life so fucking strong that death would actually be better than having to experience that pain.
Yeah,
That's mad, isn't it? How that mind state can actually exist.
yeah,
Like a human brain can actually be fucked to the point where death is like a better option than living. Like it isn't really, like objectively, but like subjectively.
because we don't know what death is.
Yeah.
We don't know. I mean, it could be lights off. I mean, nobody fucking knows. But what interests me is how people will often say that suicide is like the coward's way out, and they're hurting more people by doing it. So if somebody kills themselves, you know, people think, that's the coward's way out because you've left us, sort of thing. And
Yeah. But like no, not at all. Because pretty sure this person would have rather have had a fucking happy existence where they got on with everybody and made others around them feel good. You know, pretty sure they didn't really want to fucking die.
yeah,
Like, I'm pretty sure they would have wanted to live a fun, happy fucking life rather than take it from themselves.
I've got a lot of regrets though, because my uncle hung himself.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah. This was back in, I think it was about 2004. No, it wasn't. It was later because I was living in Hexham at the time. It was 2007. But I hadn't seen him for a few years. And I don't feel like he was a coward for doing it. I certainly don't feel that. I don't think he like, I wouldn't say he took the coward's way out. I just I'm annoyed at myself for not making the time and effort to go and see him before he died. Could I have changed his mind if he had have? Because I hadn't seen him for a few years.
But how old were you then? It's like fucking 10 years ago or something like that. So you were a teenager, definitely.
Well, I'm 26 now. Basic maths is 26 now, and it was in 2006.
So, alright, I'm not figuring that out. Even though it's easy.
We're fucking shit at maths, man. Here at the Two Guys One Garage.
Actually,
You know?
Actually, let's figure that out. How old are you now? 26?
26 now.
And it was 2006.
6.
So that's 6. 14 take away 6 is 8. So 18?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're a child then, really. Like, so really, it definitely isn't. Could never have been your responsibility to try and.
You know what the strangest thing was though? I've never told anybody this before. When I found out, and I wasn't being malicious in the slightest, nothing against him. My first instinct was to laugh. How mad's that?
What, when you found out that he died?
I wasn't happy he died. Far from it. But my first instinct when my mum told us was to laugh.
No, that's quite common.
How mad is that?
That's a common thing when people are told about of like a death in their family and stuff like that. I think it's because like laughter, it's it's a massive like emotional thing, isn't it? So it's sort of like getting confused. You know how you like cry laughing, like that like synesthesia like effect. Not synesthesia, but like where the two are mixed. Like everything's linked, isn't it? So like laughter.
Oh, totally.
That's just like one way of this
expression,
emotion just expressing itself. Yeah. So yeah, you didn't like find it funny, but your body just reacts. Like people do that when they get scared, don't they? If sometimes when people get a massive shock.
Yeah.
They'll just piss themselves laughing.
Mm-hmm.
You ever like witnessed anybody doing that? It's weird. But it must be like the same kind of thing.
Strange. It's just like a high energy outburst, isn't it?
Yeah. But what a weird form for it to take.
Yeah.
Like,
It's almost like your brain scrambles.
yeah, like you can
Can't compute, but I've got to do
you can
something.
understand crying. You can understand like fucking wailing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But laughing.
But laughing's a random one. Like,
Yeah.
interesting. Very interesting.
Very interesting. Brain is a fucking... an amazing
Dick.
thing.
Yeah.
It's a dick as well at times.
Yeah.
Like, but
The most complex thing in the universe known.
yeah. And
Come on.
it's just a fucking muscle.
Muscle?
It's a muscle. That's classed as a muscle. I'm sure the brain. I'm sure. Is it not?
I wouldn't have thought it was a muscle.
Am I just a fucking asshole?
I think you're a fucking douchebag for even suggesting such a fucking stupid thing.
I'm gonna check on Google.
Oh, by the way, while you're checking that, you know, on the space one, when
Yeah.
I said to Ryan, he was Austrian, wasn't he? For Einstein. And I said, oh, wouldn't it be funny actually if he wasn't Austrian or if he was German. I fucking Googled it and I was like, oh shit, he was German.
Is he German?
He's fucking German. I was
Oh
like,
my God.
oh, you prick, Phil.
No, the brain is an organ.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just a fucking asshole. Uneducated, dumbass.
See, this is why we
motherfucker.
need fucking Google. This is why we need the phones and the internet.
Goddamn, man. But it's a fucking amazing organ. I mean, think about it, right?
Oh, it's
if I was to say to you now, right? Okay, picture a cow. You can do it.
Yeah.
Mind's eye. There's a tiger fucking grabbing hold of a fucking elephant. You can see it, but can you really see it? And if you're seeing it, where the fuck are you seeing it? Because like, what's inside your head? A cinema, a projection. What's going on? Back of your eyes.
That is a fucking
What's
class
happening?
point. Like, yeah, where are you seeing it? You're seeing it in a fucking another dimension. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're
it's just like
conjuring
that.
an image that doesn't actually exist in
Uh-huh.
this, like, it doesn't exist in a physical form. Mm-hmm. Yet it exists in our that just suggests that our consciousness isn't located in our brains, doesn't it? That
Yeah.
suggests that your consciousness is actually like a part of like a different fucking dimension.
That's scary.
which is fucking
amazing
crazy.
at the same time.
Yeah. My God.
Can't fucking believe it, man.
Minds
It's
are blown again. We're getting too
unbelievable,
deep. We're getting far too fucking deep.
man. Getting too deep.
Love getting deep. Love getting deep.
Phil, you talking about sex again, Phil?
No.
Yes. I love sex.
Yeah,
It's got to be one of the world's greatest things.
Yeah, it would make sense for it to feel so fucking good though, because
You know
just
what?
for the fact of keeping the race alive.
Do you know what I seen yesterday? I sound like a fucking beetle pervert here, but I seen two beetles, right? Two ground beetles, small black ground beetles, having sex. I've never seen it before. And obviously the male's the smaller of the two, the female's larger, and he was on top. And
Riding her.
but the thing is, they were so persistent.
He's
They
awesome.
weren't shifting.
Yeah.
They weren't going to stop fucking when I moved them. They were busy rebuilding this bird hiding. But it was just amazing to see how they do it. How there was this like organ or muscle, whatever, sticking out of. I don't know enough about beetles to say exactly what the organ was, but it looked like it was sticking out of his. Would it be abdomen?
Yeah.
Is that what they call it? The back where the wings are? Is it the head, the thorax, and the abdomen? I'm not sure. But anyway, this obviously sexual organ or muscle was coming out. It was just intriguing to think about. Thinking, are they feeling pleasure whilst they do it? Are they got little pleasure sensors like humans? What's it like for the animals? Do they enjoy sex? Do they get a good feeling about it? Do fish feel any sort of orgasm without sounding like a fucking dumbass? Do they feel some sort of orgasm when they... Because they don't have like convention. They don't have penetrative sex.
Because there must be some kind of reward to make them want to do it. Like the body rewards you for doing shit that's good for your body and for your species, doesn't it? Like
Yeah.
it rewards you for going fucking hunting by giving you the buzz of having gone hunting. You know what I mean? Having like done something physical. It rewards you for making more people by giving you a fucking
You're
order.
making more people.
You're making more fucking
So I want to make
people.
you feel damn good.
Yeah, you're gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna make it feel so good. You're gonna do it by your fucking self.
Masturbation, man.
Yeah.
Never as good as sex. Does the job when it needs to, but for some reason it doesn't feel as good.
Oh, it's a different feeling.
Different feel.
However,
At the end of the day, you're still fucking your own hand.
yeah, which always feels that little bit gay.
Yeah.
You've got this hairy hand strumming on your dick, and you're like, pretty bend this. Oh, I've just came on a hairy belly. Kind of just fucking jizzed on a man. The worst thing is when you, like someone like me, like a pretty stocky, hairy man. If you're
A caveman, if you will.
a caveman, if you're fucking in a, somewhere where there's a mirror,
Yeah.
and you check yourself out in the mirror
Uh-huh.
as you're fucking, and you just see this big white arse, and it's in the legs, the pale white leg, the big fucking back. It's like, Oh, and then you look at the face as well, and you see the disgust on the face. Like, look at him. Look at me. Disgusted at its own self. Quickly, look at the chick. Ah, yeah.
Have you ever seen? Have you ever seen that video of the frog with the monkey with a frog? He's making the frog give him a blowjob.
Using it as like a fucking fleshlight, yeah.
Unbelievable.
I would never trust a fucking, like, another living creature that wasn't, like, a female. Human, I mean. To get me off. I could never shag a sheep, for example.
Oh, how can some people do that,
I've got no idea.
Some people have been known to shag their dogs, man.
Yeah.
In, like,
I can understand lasses, fucking creepy bitches that they are, letting, like, dogs and that lick them out, because that probably feels fucking luscious. You know, you see dogs the way they fucking drink water. You know what I mean? Like, that probably feels really good. But for a man, I don't really want to stick my
dick inside a sheep.
Inside a sheep or a dog's butthole.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What drives a person to do that? There's plenty of chicks out there.
Yeah,
just use your fucking hand.
Imagine jizzing on, like, pulling out and just jizzing on the dog's back and being like, that's me fucking pet that I've had for 14 years. And
then the dog can never look at you the same way again. Or maybe it can. It constantly tries to get a fucking piece.
Probably fucking loves it. Bestiality. This is what we've moved on to.
God damn. Get off that topic. It sucks ass. Dog's ass.
Dog's hairy butthole.
Well, Phil, thank you very much for this podcast. Welcome home.
Well, thank you very much.
It's been beautiful. It's been quite.
I've enjoyed this a lot.
It's been great. It's been more of a serious, sort of in-depth kind of, I suppose, look at where we're going as human beings and emotions and the state of human consciousness. Sort of just skirted over that a little bit. And talked about fucking dogs.
It was just a very
suicide
tangential chat, which are always the best.
Yeah, I think so.
That's great, that, actually. How long have we been going for?
It's 56 minutes.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, man. Welcome home, man.
Thanks,
It's
man.
been a good one.
Great
man.
if I can be back to see all you guys.
Yeah.
Through the internet.
If you like this, please fucking subscribe. I'll not ask you again because I'll hunt you down and kill you. I'll
log on as you and fucking subscribe through your own account.
I'll have to create multiple accounts and you know how it is.
I think David is one of the Russian hackers.
Yeah.
You heard about them? The guys that supposedly Russian hackers have fucking like hacked billions of people's usernames and passwords across the world.
Really?
Yeah. Which makes me think, shit, what are they gonna find? Oh yeah, probably just a fucking picture of my cock or something. That's the worst thing you're gonna get.
Yeah, it's worth it. That's a good picture, man.
Yeah, just maybe like with me 2 thumbs up and fucking cock out.
Look at this, man. Hey! No, don't worry, guys. I'm not really gonna fucking kill you because that would be A, impractical, and B, I'd be a hypocrite because I'd be imposing my will against you, which is something I totally said I wouldn't do at the start of this because of this utopian idea and vision I've got. I'm a fucking psycho, man.
I can attest to that. The guy is a psychopath.
Right, guys, this has been incredible, beautiful, moving, touching.
And we fucking love you.
Robin Williams, rest in peace.
Yes.
What a legend.
Beautiful man.
It's a shame to lose such a big personality and a great entertainer.
Yeah.
So that's a massive shame. So.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Good night.